Welcome back to Dubsy Bricks for another Lego Room update. First up, I'd like to say a massive thank you to Klaus from Brickery Do for the very kind donation last week towards the Lego Room build. So it's very kind of you, much appreciated, so thank you so much, Klaus. Last week we managed to get pretty much all of the destruction side of the work completed and start to work on the construction side of the new Lego Room. Managed to get the membrane and stud work up on the back wall, which was good. This is going to help take the weight of the roof and also strengthen that back wall. It's going to allow me to insulate as well, which is good. So it's going to help keep the warm in and the cold out. This week has been a tough week. It has been an absolute manic week and very hard work on the old body. Week started off with a collection of skip, and I was amazed at how quickly I managed to fill that skip up. And I reckon I could have filled another one up just as easily. If it had not been for people taking a lot of the old materials off our hands, I would have needed a second skip. So I'm really grateful to everyone that came along, took some timber, took the old garage door, took some old roofing. All of those things has been a massive help to me. And again, it's helped keep the cost down of this construction build. Managed to get the membrane up just a moment ago, as well as those two beams up there, and they were hard work getting them up there by myself. Managed to just rest them on the little metal bits that come out and then lever them up there, but it was really hard going. Biggest problem I've got is the rain is on its way, so that means I've got to get this entire wall done here and get all of the beams going across so I can get those panels on there. Once I've got the panels on, I can just put some sheeting over the top so the rain can just run off. But yeah, it's going to be a flat out day today, trying to beat the weather. And the wall's coming on nicely here. Probably got about another 4 or 5 uprights left to go on this side here, and then once I've done that, I can then make a start on putting the rafters across for the roof section. And I've got to speed up because the sky is getting greyer and greyer. It's not supposed to rain until tomorrow lunchtime, so fingers crossed that will be the case. It'd be nice if I can get all of the rafters on today. That will leave me the morning to then put the marine ply on the roof and then cover that over with some sort of membrane or anything that's going to stop any water from getting in where there might be gaps. But yeah, so race against the clock at the moment. So let's put the phone down, let's get back to building, and I'll check back in once we've made a bit more progress. And the race against the weather is not looking good. We've only got a couple of hours till the weather is supposed to start raining. And yeah, I've got 6 in place so far. All of them are up here. I've got 16, I think it is, or 17 to fix in place. So I've just got to carry on fixing them. Now that I've got going, I'm doing it relatively quickly with a clamp and everything is speeding things up no end. But yeah, it's just a case of whether or not I can get it all, sort of like all of these up, and then if I can just get the plywood on top, I can then put a sheet over the top and then keep the rain out. But yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see how much more we can get done before the weather turns. And after a couple of days, I finally got the entire roof section all ready for the panels, so I'm just about to start putting them up. And just in the nick of time, the weather once again is turning and it's supposed to be raining tomorrow, I think it is. So it'd be nice to get the boards up today, cover it all over, and then I don't have to worry about the rain anymore. And there's just a little bit of daylight creeping through the edges here. Just got to do some cuts on the marine ply all the way along the front and the side, and then it's job done. But it's been really hard work getting all of these up onto the roof. They are so heavy. And yeah, it is satisfying though when you're up there. You see that nice smooth finish. Next week I've got my mum visiting from the UK, so we spend a lot of time with her obviously. So there's not going to be a great deal done out here. However, it would be nice if I could still get both the end walls finished off, get them all done. Once I've got those two up, I can then get all the wires put in, all in place, ready for the electrician. So the order of jobs I've got to do is get the two walls done, put the wires in, put the Celotex in, the insulation into the walls, and then put the plasterboard all over, ready for the plasterer. So yeah, that's the jobs we've got to do. Oh yeah, and also need to put the ceiling up as well, but we're getting there. Good thing is we have managed to find 2 plasterers, so hopefully one of them is coming around later this week, one evening, to give me a price and see whether it's something he's got time to do. But if not, hopefully the backup plasterer will be able to do the job. So it'd be so nice to get this room plastered as opposed to having a wood effect on the walls. But anyway, let's get back to cutting the plywood for the roof and get this all sealed up. And the roof is finally on, all ready for the finishing material to go on top of it. And it's so nice to have this job done. The real hard graft, as far as I can tell, is now done, with the exception of putting plasterboard on the ceiling. But so pleased to have got this done today. And here is the roof from the inside. And when the door's shut, it's really dark in here. I do need to put a bit of wood on the outside, just over on that wall there, and again on there. And it's where the roof overhangs. There is just a very slight gap. I know it's there because of the way the render is on the wall. Once I've sorted the render out, there's not going to be the issue with that. And here is the Lego room from the outside, and we managed to get the plastic on the roof just before the rain came the other night, which is good. So now it doesn't matter if it chucks down, there's no rain coming through the roof section. Now, one thing I do need to do is get the wood put across the bottom of that overhang just there and down both the sides, because if the weather got really bad, some water would seep through. So that is something I need to do. At the very top there is some render missing, which came off when I was removing the roof, which I was fully aware of. However, I know that once I've got this either re-rendered or cladded, then that will solve the problem. And I am thinking that cladding is the way that I would prefer to go. I think it's just going to look a lot neater, a lot tidier. I don't want to just get that gap filled in where the door used to be, so it'll look like a patchwork quilt unless they render the entire building. But I don't know how expensive that's going to be, so I need to weigh up the cost against all of the options available to me. And with the windows, I'm still waiting to hear back from a few companies in regards to how much they're going to cost. With the door here, I do need to take a couple of inches off the bottom of the door, as I'm going to be obviously putting a new flooring on here, which is going on top of this. It's just going to be by a couple of inches. So at the moment, if I put the floor in there, I won't be able to open the door. So that's one thing I do need to do. And again, I need to get a new door for here, and I want to get a proper front door put on, as I want all of the additional bolts on the inside or on the actual door itself for the security purposes. But yeah, I can't wait to get in here, get all that plasterboard on the walls and start painting. It's just, I can feel how close we're getting to being able to actually be out in this Lego room. I know there's still so much more to do, but when I think about it in a practical way, right, I need a day for this, a day for that. If tradesmen were available tomorrow and I was available to do it, put 4 days in, then I think you could be talking like 7 or 8 days and we can have this room all ready. But how long it's actually going to take, that's going to be another matter. So I hope you've enjoyed this video of converting my garage into a Lego room. It is great fun. It is, as I mentioned before, exceptionally hard work, but it is worth it. And I know at the end of this, I'm going to feel such a pride in this Lego room. You can get so much satisfaction out of the fact of knowing that I've put the graft in myself for this. And a big part of me is really relieved that the builders just weren't available. As the satisfaction I've got out of this has been great. Anyway, I said, I hope you've enjoyed the update. If you have, please give us a big thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future content on the channel. If you know anybody else you think would be interested in building Gotham, building Mandalore, or converting the garage into a Lego room, please share the channel with them. Anyway, thanks for popping on by, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.